Hi, I'm Ken Shorley. I'm a percussionist and a music producer based in Canada. On this video, I'd like to talk about ribbon microphones and how to use them and why to use them when recording percussion. So if you have a studio, a bedroom studio or a professional studio, you probably know that ribbon mics are very cool and are useful in certain circumstances. So why would you want to use them to record percussion? A lot of people describe them as being warmer sounding or even having a darker sound. Typically, this means that the top end is not as bright and crisp as, say, condenser microphones. For certain applications in percussion, this can be very useful. A lot of percussive sounds have those sharp transients, and if you record them with condenser mics, they're going to be very clear, but they can sound sometimes a bit harsh. What I have today are 3 ribbon mics that are all, in the world of ribbon mics anyways, considered generally budget models. The most expensive one is the Royer R-10. Now, Royer is a very well-known company, and they have brought this one out as their budget model. The other one is a very cool sort of lollipop-shaped ribbon mic from Cascade called the Fathead II. I've had this for many years, and I really like it. The third one is new to me. This is my first time trying it, and this is the ART AR5. And this one's different than the other two because this is an active ribbon mic, so you don't need any other booster. You can apply phantom power directly to this. So to help us out with giving a bit of a boost to the Royer and the Cascade, I have 2 versions of this little inline preamp. This one is from SE Electronics. It's called the DM1 or the Dynamite. And this one, I'm not going to say it's a knockoff, but it's highly inspired by the Dynamite. This is by a company called Manayo, and this is their DM3. Now, having said that, you can try to use ribbon mics without an extra booster, but having used them for a number of years in different settings, just invest the extra money and get the booster. You're going to be so much happier with the signal that you get. So my main studio preamp here at Triangle House Studios in Nova Scotia is the UA4710D. I really like it. It's a 4-channel preamp. I also sometimes use this ART Pro MPA2. So because everyone's on a budget these days, I'm not going to use those preamps. I'm going to plug the mics directly into my interface, and I use a Focusrite Claret 4 Pre, just so you can hear the sound without anything in the way. There's no EQ, there's no compression, there's no effects. In the case of the Royer and the Cascade, you'll hear the sound through one of these inline mic preamp boosters. Okay, let's talk about cost, the relative cost of these different microphones. The most expensive one I'm going to show you today is this one, and that's the Royer R10, and currently that is listing in US dollars for around $600. This Cascade Fathead II, when I got it, it was around $350 US. The company, I believe, is in transition. I think the owner passed away a couple of years ago, so I'm not sure whether this mic is currently available, but I saw someone was trying to sell a used one just like this on Reverb for $700. But it should cost you around $350 US. And the most affordable mic of these 3 is this one, the ART AR5, which is going for about $159 US. And in terms of these little mic boosters, this Dynamite is retailing for about $99 US. And this one here, this Manayo, this is about a third of the price of that one. It's running for about $36 US. Okay, let's hear these mics in action. I've chosen 5 different percussion instruments, a pair of bongos on a stand, and I didn't show this in the video, but I actually had to isolate the stand from the floor, both the mic stand and the stand that the bongos are on, because there was too much sound getting transmitted through the floor. So I just put them up on some little pieces of foam and actually put a blanket also on the mic stand. So there's bongos, there's a set of wooden shakers, and that's kind of a cool thing because you can, with ribbon mics, most ribbon mics, almost all ribbon mics, are bidirectional, meaning they have a figure-8 polar pattern. So this is the front of the mic and this is the back, and you can use them to record sounds from both sides of the mic. So when I'm doing the shakers, I play on the front, I play on the back, and then you'll hear me use both sides at the same time. I also have an Mbira, this thumb piano from Zimbabwe. I've got a little Kanjira, and what's the last one? And and this guy, Turkish copper darbuka. So I hope you enjoy these ribbon mic tests for recording percussion. I'm not saying that one is better than the other, and actually I was very pleasantly surprised with all 3 of these mics, and so you can decide for yourself. I'll list how far away from the microphone I was. What I did notice was that for the ART mic, I needed to drive the preamp on my Focusrite interface. I had to drive it a bit harder. With these inline preamps, you'll hear the Dynamite paired with the Royer R10, and you'll hear this Manayo paired with the Fathead. So put your headphones on and let me know in the comments what you think about these 3 ribbon mics recording percussion. So percussionists, when you go into the studio the next time, just remember ribbon mics can be an option for you. You have to be careful. There's certain things about ribbon mics. The main thing is that when you store them, and also when you're using them, they should be up and down. They should be vertical. Try not to store them in a horizontal position because it can sag the ribbon. The other thing you need to be careful of is not to get wind directly into the ribbon mic. Don't blow into it. Don't tap on it. But you can get some really amazing results. Most of the modern ribbon mics are designed to handle high sound pressure levels like you would get with percussion instruments. Thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please come back and join me again. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. I upload videos about rhythm, drumming, and percussion.